Right. Are we on this time? There we are. We're on. Took a while, didn't it? Can you hear me? Right. Are we on this time? There we are. We're on. Took a while, didn't it? Yeah, okay, well, sorry for that, guys. Can you hear me? Right. I didn't mean for that to happen. I made a mistake while setting up the stream, so it accidentally reset it and started a new one. So if anyone's still watching that, go tell them to join this one instead. What else should I start with? Okay, well, as you may have guessed from the title of today's stream, we are covering Delta characters, the DrStephen's pack of characters based on Deltarune. I only just realised when people started talking about this in the chat before starting the stream that that's actually pretty relevant. Deltarune chapters 3 and 4 actually comes out in a few days. I've only actually played the first chapter myself. What should I get started with the stream? First of all, sorry for the pretty sorry looking text, pretty sorry looking chat. I've only just learned about Streamlabs. I didn't really know how it worked. I didn't realise that you needed to set that up to customize it. I assumed it was a competitor to OBS, that you would run your stream through Streamlabs rather than through OBS. I didn't realise it was there to customize the chat elements. So we've just got the default YouTube one. I don't know how to get rid of that awkward looking goal button at the top. So, so I need to re-edit that. Okay, give me a sec. Turns out we have the wrong chat set up. It doesn't automatically update with each new thing. Every new stream has a new chat link, and there we are. That's it. Set up separately. Okay, so today we're going to be covering Delta characters, which is DrStephen's mod based off the Deltarune characters. I thought about doing this mod when it first released, but I wasn't really feeling it. I wasn't really enjoying it. There's a couple of characters like that throughout my time playing SRB2. Xsonic, for example. You may remember I didn't do reviews of him. I did speedrunning, I think it was, instead. The reason for that was because I simply did not enjoy playing as him, and as much as I recognised he was a good character, I didn't feel I could really give an adequate review, so I found something else to do. Maybe I'll cover Del characters properly in the future, but for now, we're doing it on stream. The idea of today's stream was actually, I was going to go and cover some previews that people were planning on sending me. That was what people on my Discord server voted for. Problem is, no one then actually sent in anything for me to preview, so I had to find something else urgently, and this was the result. So, sorry for the delays, but should we get on with it? Other thing is, once music starts playing, hopefully my mic or the audio should drop and duck when I'm speaking, but you're going to have to tell me that in the chat because ultimately I can't tell from my end. So today we are going to be playing as Chris. The other thing to note is that I am playing this with headphones, so a little difficult to think and talk and stream all at the same time while I've got this in my head, so apologies for that. I'm going to turn it down a little bit because it's a bit overwhelming and I'm not really able to think, so there we are. Turn it down to about half of what it usually is, just so I can think a bit more easily. There we are. Right, again, haven't played Deltarune in years. I've played chapter 1. That's it. Ooh, music's a little too loud. There we are. Too far to money. I have got a lot more saves than that, but I recently got a new PC, reset my save files, and so now it's only the one. I've been playing all of my mod characters using no save or record attacks, so there you are. Good characters. So, I can't really remember any of these guys, to be honest. Chris, I remember, is basically a Frisk. Is it Frisk in the first game? He's basically stand-in for them. We got Susie, and I can't remember if Rousey's even in the first chapter. I don't really remember them. So, there we are. I also can't really remember how to play these, because it was years ago. Just get past this. I kind of forgot about the fact that there is an unpleasant number of texts beforehand. Most captive themselves. Susie is particularly angry. That's all I remember of her. Chris has no personality. Rousey, I can't remember them at all. Is there a way to skip this any faster? Turns out breaking robots, piece of cake. Yeah, definitely is at this point. How much free? I can't remember them being able to do that in Deltarune. That's new. Right, so Chris, from the little bit I remember, is basically our balance character. If we're going by Sonic Heroes logic, he is, I guess, what you would call they. I think it's a they. They are our speed type, if you will. So we have some speed, we have a little bit of attack, we have speed and attack. We got Susie there, who we should be able to switch to by using one of the custom buttons. There we are, custom one. C is our power type, our knuckles if you will. C is much more about attacks, projectiles, so many of them. Plenty of destruction, big damage, and then if we press custom one again, we should switch to Rousey, I don't know. They are our maids in RPG terms. In Sonic terms, that is going to be our fly type. And they are our main mobility tool. Now the reason that I didn't really enjoy my time playing as them all that much was because it was a little too complicated for me, the whole switching between 3 different characters. I thought it was a bit overwhelming. I wasn't very good at it, the main thing. I mean, you should be able to tell from here and now I'm not very good at it. Plenty missed opportunities, but hopefully, on the stream, I practice a little bit and get a little bit better. Oh, there we are. Missed that. We switch to Rousey though. Rousey. Someone's in the chat's going to have to tell me exactly how I say her name. And then to Susie. And press up 2. No, 2. There we are. Freaking plain easy. And that's the crux of it. Basically, what we're going to have to do here is try and switch between characters as often as possible, effectively as possible. Difficult when you're having to do so many things at the same time. Not just playing the game, but also trying to be vaguely entertaining on stream. What a nightmare. There we are. Here's what it is. Try not to mess up like this. Please excuse any bad gameplay. I promise you, I played this game long enough that I should really have gone better at this point. And there's a little more text, presumably, about what exactly those are. Sorry, Simon. I suppose I should probably try and not the super form. Usually I just use kind of forms and just get right past it, because I can't be arsed to play knights in all honesty. Custom 2. Alright. Well, every mod worth its salt has to have its own dance button. I imagine if we switched to everyone else, they've all got their own dances. And then, let me see. I gotta be honest, when it comes to dances, I never get a reference. Could be anything. And then switch to Rousey. I can't really tell whether that's a better mobility tool than Chris's lunge, to be entirely honest, but you get a little bit of extra height, I guess. Toss flag, then custom to Rousey. Alright, okay. problem with that is I don't think I actually have custom toss flag actually set up because I'm on controller. It's a whole nightmare. Anything beyond the custom buttons, but let's have a look. Controls, control configuration, and again, sorry if the commentary's not that interesting. First time really streaming, probably certainly in a long time. I'm not really used to it. As we go through the stream, I'll explain a little more why I'm planning to do this. We just set this to, I guess L1 for now. See how that goes. L1. Let's go. Ah, yeah, I remember this. I remember seeing a lot of these. Nice. Very swag. Right. No, that's Chris. That was the other thing. You keep trying to switch between characters effectively, and I get them the wrong way around. Oops, awkward. Right. Lesson of futility there. Let's get these strike crawlers. Damn me. Use Chris' sword attack. Gain height image. Not that much though. Yeah, see. Right, so if we get Susie. Do that. 2, switch to Chris. There we are, look at that. This goes. And then switch back to Lucy, break that, get an extra life, and now go into our super stage, special stage. And here's where we get even more commentary, I'm sure. Because it's our boxes. Oh, this guy. I can't remember this guy's name. I have no idea who this is. Lancer, there we are. I assume the idea is that he's supposed to be a sand stand-in for Deltarune. That's what I always assumed he was, but I don't know whether that's just me. Is that timer above us? Yeah, but you can ignore it on everything other than the last few stages. Whoa, oh, okay. This isn't quite what I expected. This is a little more extreme than your usual special stage. It's, Raven? Wow, okay. It's not quite what I was expecting. Yeah, hopefully it's not too useful. Can't even remember how many. Jeez, okay. Let's get right past that. Jeez. Custom 2 and 3 to the DC menu. Jeez. More of a papyrus? I don't know. He's kind of a bit chubby, bit short. I think he's a sans. Papyrus, I think, is a bit taller. Plus, you've got that blue color scheme. I'm not going to get used to this. Well, I guess I don't need those boosters. They're necessary with this guy. Again, I'll talk a little bit more about why I started to do streams, or planning on doing some streams in a moment, but well, let's calm down a little bit before we get to that. Get past this, do the egg and build, and then I'll talk once we get into technical. I guess we're not going to need to worry about timing, it's just going to be actually collecting enough of these blue things. Skip it. Oh, there's your first mistake. First mistake thinking there's anything. I have no idea how I got that many points, but there we are. Sans is in Deltarune. I mean, all of the characters are in Deltarune, aren't they? Sans, I know for certain is, but then you've got Azrael, the big goat. Toriel, I think, is in the game. I feel you've got the characters, and then you've also got stand-ins. I mean, Susie, I think, is kinda Azrael, I think. I don't know. And here is where you are going to learn firsthand about my atrocious aim. Because, I mean, like, look at this. Like, just hit the guy directly with our axe. Let's not try and do anything fancy. And then we can celebrate with finding out what toss flag plus custom does with everyone else. This guy guys, easy as always. I get impatient, I try and it never goes well. And again, don't just tell me about what you think about the morning. Please, also try and tell me the stream. I haven't really streamed before. What should we call you apart from the JackalMan? I don't know, I think that's a pretty quick and easy to say. Jackie? Jackal, I guess? If you really want a nickname? Right. Toss bag. Custom 2. Nice. And then I guess Chris now. No, that's right. Chris. Ah yeah, it's the bit where he commits suicide. I remember this. Don't remember that bit. I think that bit's new. Very snazzy. Real question is what? Can we... Okay, no, never mind. Just very nice. Unique taunt. Okay, so we're in Techno-Hill now. I should probably explain why exactly am I doing these streams. The reason for that is I'm not really happy with my current release schedule. I mean, it's slowed down a lot over the years, especially most recently. It feels like it's a lot slower than it should be. It's a lot slower. I can't really point to why is the most annoying part. I can't sit there and be like, ah, well, this has happened in the real world, and I've had to slow down as a result. Nothing's happened. If anything, I've got more time to make videos, and yet they just so much longer to make than before. Go away. Get in the way. So, the reason that I'm streaming is because I want to practice my improv commentary, my live reactions to things, because I've tried to do it a few times, you know, just go into a video without really making a script. It never works. I'm no good at it. So I figured the best way to learn how to do it is just to practice. Do a couple of streams, hopefully over the coming months. Get vaguely entertaining. And then playthroughs, which has kind of been on the back burner. Well, not back burner, but it's been kind of a secondary part of the channel for a while. It was always supposed to be that. It was never supposed to be the main focus, but it was supposed to be as a kind of a quick aside I could just make in a day or two in between proper videos, the reviews, some of the stuff I've got coming up in the future which aren't reviews but are properly edited full-size videos. It's supposed to kind of go in between them. It doesn't work out like that. If I make a playthrough episode, I've got to sit there and spend time making the playthrough episode. You know, I've got to write the script, that takes a day or so, and then I've got to go and edit it, snap it together. It's just taking too long. It's not really achieving what I meant for them to be. Slowdowns. I think the game's a little bit loud compared to you. Next, in that case, I'll just turn it down a little more. For next time, I'll increase the attack, which should lower it even further, but for now, just turn it down. You'll have to tell me whether that's good. Can't hear you that much. Alright, if we just turn it right down to minimum levels. Maybe a little extreme, but again, next time, there's more things to know for your first streams. But yeah, what was I getting on? Right, reason that I want to practice improv. Playthroughs, I want them to just take a day or two to get through. And while I have found ways to make them a little bit faster, it's not quite to the level I want them to be. So the way I see it is if I go and do what any normal YouTuber does with their playthroughs and just, you know, do them live, I can get them out quicker. I can finally get them to achieve what they're supposed to be, just quick asides in between proper videos. And then I can spend my actual time, any real length of time editing, scripting, making my main videos as good as possible without there being too long of a break in between. Oh, jeez, can't remember already forgetting parts of the moveset. So yeah, that's why I'm doing the live streams. I'm going to do them over the next few weeks, just to kind of get used to it. We'll see how long they end up lasting. Might go a while. Might do them a few more, but I don't really intend for them to be a permanent fixture. They're just here to solve a problem that I've got at the moment, and then once they've solved that problem, hopefully they're phased out for playthrough episodes instead. Will the Ring Races videos be live streams? No. Or at least, I don't intend them to be. I do want to get through Ring Races as quickly as possible, because I have a lot of plans for playthroughs. I want to branch out. I've said this plenty of times before. I want to branch out the kind of content I make from just SRB2, and even more generally than that, from just Sonic. The way I see that is I need to get through Ring Races as quickly as possible, but seeing that I've started the playthroughs in one particular style, and even if I have messed around with that style a little bit as we progressed, I want to keep them vaguely in that style. So I think there will be Ring Races live streams, especially if I can get online sorted. There's a couple of reasons I'm playing a single player SRB2 stream when I was planning on doing multiplayer, and that's just because I haven't been able to get that sorted properly. But no, short answer, I don't plan for Ring Races to be live streams, or at least not fully. I plan for there to still be episodic playthroughs. I might make those episodes a little longer if I'm just talking throughout. You know, might do multiple cups throughout. I might do lots of challenges in one go. It might be that I do the cups in episodes, and then as part of live streams I do challenges. That's a possibility, but no. Short story, there will be episodes for Ring Races. Don't plan for them. Ring Races Online is so good. It is, but I don't know how alive it is. Like, I've tried playing online on SRB2 Kart and SRB2. There just never is anyone online to play with, so I can only do so much. I have almost no experience with SRB2 multiplayer, despite how long I've played this game, and that's just because I can never find a match with any number of players on it. This guy's also really easy. The annoying thing is when you're trying to do them damageless for record attack or for soul emeralds or whatever, and then you get on here, you press on that button, and there's a tiny little splodge of goop that damages you. That's annoying. Is there no plans for live streams to continue off in the future as more unique concepts instead of as filler? Okay, let me skip through this dialogue quickly. Chris, I've got a bit of confess to make. I can't swim. Susie, don't worry, I can't swim either. Great, fantastic. You can't swim, yeah. But you swim very well, like you do breaststroke. Is this their justification for it? We're going to have to run through it all. Right, okay, live streams. What I suppose I mean by I don't plan for the live streams to continue in the future isn't that I'm not going to do live streams ever again. This is a one-time thing. It's more that I plan to do a lot of live streams in the near future over the next couple of weeks, especially if I can get some of my Discord server problems fixed. That means I can't play with anyone else. If I can get that fixed, I'll probably do one every couple of days. But in the future, it really depends on how well these go. I plan on doing them. I'd like to do them in the future, but they're not going to be super common. They're not going to be as common as a playthrough episode or my normal videos. They'll probably be for special events, so, you know, Summer Games Fest, Game Awards, that sort of thing, I might do them. But especially, seeing as I am kind of an SRB2 channel, if they ever do those mod directs again, which I've seen they've kind of disappeared in the last few years, I wonder what's happened with that. If they do more of those, I'll probably do live streams reacting to that. But also, generally, I've got an explanation that I'll come to in a moment about how I'm structuring my playthroughs and how I'm planning and selecting which games I do. If any of those are online, I'll probably do a live stream on that. If there isn't really an end goal, I'll do live streams on it. Hence what I'm saying. The Ring Races challenges I'll probably do on live streams. But for single player things, no, I'll just do playthrough episodes. So yeah, there will be live streams in the future, but they're not going to be super common. Hopefully, over the next few days, there will be loads of live streams, but into the future, they'll become a little more uncommon. Will you make an actual Delta characters review? Do you plan again all the Chaos Emeralds? I thought about doing a Delta characters review a long time ago. I played with these characters. I did a couple of hours with them. As I said at the start of the stream, I just did not vibe with them. It was kind of like an Exonic situation where I was like, they're clearly good, but I'm not liking them. And I can't really sit there and explain adequately why I'm not liking them. They're just not clicking. So at the time, I left them for the future. And as you can tell from the fact I haven't made a DeltaChars review, I never got back into it. But yeah, maybe in the future. Probably, seeing as Deltarune is in the public eye at the moment, and I can get some good search engine results with it, probably sometime soon. But, yeah, it just never really came into fruition over the last few things. So, yeah. There probably will be one. As for the Chaos Emeralds, yes, I am. Well, maybe not all of them, but I kind of forgot to look for them in the last few stages. So I'll be a little more aware of them. I don't really know where most of them are in Deep Sea, though, in all honesty. Again, I just use Pandora's Box for these. I don't actively look out for them. So I don't really know where most of them are. There's usually at least one server live on ring races. I haven't looked at the ring races online, in all honesty. That was more me talking about the SRB2K and the SRB2 servers. There's, most I ever see online is like 2 or 3. Right, okay, let's see. There we are. That's kind of your best horizontal gap, I guess. And as for, modded on ring races, I don't mind that. It is what it is. It's a... I feel ring races is a much more complete game than SRB2 or SRB2K is on its own. So it doesn't, with those two games, yeah, you definitely need that modded experience in multiplayer just to make it less boring, in all honesty. Which you don't really need with ring races, but I'm not going to complain if there's multiplayer, if there's modded even. That's what it is. Oh, I fucked that up. It just feels odd playing as a character that just can't skip past all. That actually requires some skill to play. It's a novel concept. It's been a while since I've had to really think about it. Or maybe it's just the fact I'm having to try and talk at the same time. It's a stressful thing. Where's that final gargoyle? Right here at the end. Let's get you down there. There we are. I really need to get used to which character actually just sends you up. Every moveset like this, there's at least one character that's your fast guy. I haven't really... I might be screwed here. Right, let's see how I'm going to manage this. I do this guy to get the speed, and then... See, too many characters to switch between is confusing me. Right. There we go. And then if we switch to Susie and do that, smash through there, destroy that. Don't really know why we need that, but there we are. Just dodge these. Go through here. Is this the bit where we've got this guy? Yep. There springs. Not gonna go fast enough. Yep, and drop too fast there. Yeah, I think I get the idea of what I'm supposed to do. I'm just... If you jump on Rosie, you get a bigger double jump. Yeah, I know. It's just the execution, having to switch between characters all at the same time. Ah, right. There we are. That's where our vertical height's coming from. I was wondering if that would be lacking. We're gonna get up there. Sooner or later. Come on. There we go. Took a while. Maybe the bit stop-start because the flow keeps changing. Yeah, I think that was it. Also, character switching feels weird. I don't know how to explain it. It doesn't feel as intuitive as some other characters that have character switching. I can't pinpoint why. I think it's the fact that it goes both ways because there's 3 characters. You've got 3 characters you need to swap between at any one time, whereas with most others it's just 2. But yeah, I think that was a big part of why I didn't click with them. I just... yeah. It's a skill issue. 100% it's a skill issue, but... with a lot of characters it's a skill issue. Super Mystic Sonic, I get a lot of requests for them. I've never covered them because I'm fully cognizant of the fact that I'd be terrible at it, and I would not be able to do an unbiased review. Oh, Eggman's talking now. This, yeah, I never actually played them in a single-player campaign. This is all completely new to me. I've only ever played Record Tech. Have you ever beaten Sans in Xeno? I have no idea what you mean. I have no idea what you mean by that, honestly. Art thou surprised with Wormies? I do not remember. Oh, I remember the duck mech thing, but I do not remember this guy. My future rulers of this kingdom have granted me the honor to strike thee downst. Who? What? Yes. Does it really look like... Ah. Is Dr. Eggman the ruler here? I suppose that's what it means. So to remind me, it's his left-handed man. Better be overwhelmed by the ultimate minion. Doesn't look very minion to me. Looks a lot more, looks more like a lot more main villain here. It's giving me some main villain energy, if you will. If you believe in such things. But, there we are. We got a brute here. Just get that down quickly. Or miss. That's always possible. Okay, who do we have as our doppelgangers? We have these star things, which I also do not recognize. Is Eggman just dead? Yes, I suppose so. Is it just the one time that you get dialogue? That's a bit of a shame. Turns grey. Just go. Okay. Ah, right. There we are. Oh, I guess they're both just dead. Can we? Yes, there we are. I don't know whether he's supposed to be a statue or not. Is he supposed to be petrified? Let's put you in the corner. Get you down there. You right over there, and then just drowsy. Jump over and have a smoke. Let's go. There we are. That's the clip. Right, Eggman. Is he also a statue? Nope. He's dead. Can't touch him. Lost cause. And of course, you've always got to go and try and get your taunting right at the end. Right. Okay, yes. This is too much to think about here. I have a very small brain. I can't be thinking about these things. I am relying entirely on my inbuilt SRB2 knowledge at this point. I'm really not making much advantage of these characters' movesets. Duck under. Do that. Oh, I've missed a couple of emblems already. Is this an emblem or is it no, it's a bit of a shame. Absurd. But yeah, I really don't bother getting the emerald emblems generally. I just use Pandora's box. I turned on the game one day and I had just unlocked it. I assume one of the mods I downloaded must have included a 100% save file because, you know, I certainly had every zone, had every unlock, had Pandora's box available to me. I hadn't actually earned any of it, every emblem. And ever since then, that's been how I've tested it. That's why, randomly one day I started counting super forms in my reviews, because it was the first time that I was able to just click it and have one. The doppelganger is called the Starwalker. Random, but anyone excited for WWDC? I got no idea what that is, in all honesty. Apocalypse Shield. See, I missed out on 2.2.14 because I was on holiday or something for the time. It was in the game for about 2 weeks, the update. About 2 weeks. On holiday, right before it came out. Got back and looked at the game, looked at the launch files for it. 5 minutes after 2.2.15 had been released, and they got rid of 2.2.14 completely. I couldn't download it. Ridiculous. This, I think Chris is probably best for this. Run, hold X or whatever. Nope, don't need that. Just pure skill. Look at that. Perfect. Deltarune's Chapter 3 or something, I don't know. Yeah, no, this is what Chapter 3 is. I haven't seen the trailer. For all I know, this is it. Oh, they're back. From Castle, he's stealing our thing. I can't remember what was your thing. I remember that being towns and forests. I can't remember castles. Stupidly cool personalized rooms. Right, okay. Let's actually try and collect some emerald emblems this time. Force Shield. We have rings there. Collect them. Immediately get damaged. It's a good start. We have more rings there. We have elemental shield there. Collect that. Let's get past you. Get them. Don't really know. In all honesty, I don't really know where most of the emblems are once you get past Greenflower Mountain. I only remember a few. Because again, I never really needed to learn that. We dive into these. Nice. Perfect. Action movie. Susie is really good in both Castle Egg Man Zone X. There we are. I thought so. Thought we'd be able to boost those. Well, there's an actual emblem, but don't really need it. I need the emerald coins. Emblems, whatever you want to call them. Break that. In all honesty, I think the best way to play as them is just to kind of place them individually. There's 3 different characters. Once you start thinking, kind of like Tails, I guess. Sonic and Tails. You just play as one character mainly, and then in a situation where you really get stuck, pull out another one. I don't know why Susie does that. It feels like it isn't after a jump, it's just if she's in the air, which is a bit difficult to come to terms with. Alright, Rousey, I think small sit box, but largest jump. Probably shouldn't have done that. Right. Question is, while we're here, how long can you charge this for? 1 level? Just 2 levels? Well, it's more than enough, I suppose. The problem is the fact that it cuts off all your momentum, which is a bit difficult to come to grips with. Right. I believe it's over here. There should be a... as long as we don't get stuck in that thorn pit. Should be a... No. Get stuck in it twice. Fantastic. Right, okay. We're trying to get to the platform up here, I believe. This will be an emblem. But I also don't think there's any way we're getting anywhere near that high up, so... I guess the best way is probably to do this. There we go. Oh! Hit the skybox, that could have been awkward. Get back on these walls, run across it, get on here. And then I do remember where another one is, because I accidentally collected it when I didn't really mean to. With Blake recently. I do actually know where another one is further up this way. Check the stream. Break spikes with her axe, if I remember correctly. I'll be honest, feels like she's just a stronger Amy. I mean, oh, unless you miss. I mean, she can damage through springs, she can, well, break spikes apparently. See that in a moment, I'm sure. She can even break spike balls, seemingly. Let's try that out, shall we? Nice. Okay, yeah, I see what you mean. Definitely seems like she's the most useful character, apart from the fact that everything, anytime she's in the air, she does this, and that's annoying. Anytime she's in the air, it's immediately her ground pound ability. Is that supposed to be there? Suppose they are. Yeah, I never really come this way all that often. I don't know why, but every single time I've gone through this stage for the last 3 years, I've just defaulted to going right at that intersection, never bothering with this direction. I could not tell you why I decided on doing that. Alright. I have kind of lost my orientation. I've got no idea where the emblem I was looking for going this way is now. Smash these. No point thinking about them. Get the camera stuck. Right, I think, if I remember correctly, if I go back out here, go this way, then... Was it up here somewhere? No, that's the emblem. Where was it? It's definitely around here somewhere. I know I'm going backwards. Don't worry about it. Might as well get this. Life always good, assuming I don't miss, because it's a projectile that doesn't automatically home in on something, so I lose. Basically, just trying to cut off. Is it somewhere down here? Can't remember. Whatever. Always more opportunities for it, I guess. Let's say cool. Is Rosie a boy or a girl? I can't remember. It's kind of your Asriel Dreamer standing, but then I also can't remember what gender they were either. Can't remember their pronouns. Right. Back to Susie. No, that's Chris. See? I keep getting confused about who's who. Just jump past that. But yeah, see, this is why I need the practice with the stream, because there's these awkward silences where I don't really... You gotta be kidding me. I don't really know what to say. It's not great if you're planning on doing playthroughs. So yeah, do a little bit of practice on these streams beforehand, before diving in and having to throw away footage, because it just isn't interesting enough. Oh, there we go. Handy. Save a little bit of time. Nice. Well, cancels ability, so it kind of cool if it dealt extra damage. But that's just my 2 cents on the matter. Skip past that. There we are. Hopefully this time, don't get sidewinded by a Lancer bot. Right, that's gone. Up on here. Susie sort of jumps, kind of annoying, but there we are. Don't even worry about it. Don't even think about it. Fantastic. Well, now we've made ourselves some gap. Oh, okay. That's handy. Skip right through, guess. Oh, you're kidding me. Right, now we've made the gaps. Let's just place the character with an actual jump height. Yeah. Skills. Oh. Well, had to end eventually. Guess we're finishing this with far fewer rings than we should do. 0 rings, let's go. There we are. Right, back to Lancer. Difficult character. Especially when you haven't played Knight, so still don't really get it even all these years later how exactly this game works. I also haven't really bothered looking it up, so it'll probably just help. Anyway, some decent of Delta characters so far. Interesting. Lot of ambition, very ambitious. Lots of fun side features. But the main gameplay, it just feels a bit stop-start. This one's blue like me. Yeah, okay, whatever. I don't know how I'm getting so many points. I don't know whether they've just managed to got an inbuilt score multiplier, because I swear I'm not doing anything more impressive than usual. Well, that was something. Jesus Christ, Lancer is fast. Yes, too fast. Do I get more continues? Yes, we do. Right. Just about jump over these. That's good. Save some time. Let's do Rousey. Oh, you are kidding me. I charge it for longer. Okay, just need to be a little closer. Right, let's not bother actually thinking about this. Let's get it done. It seemed quite turquoise, pale purple. I don't know, it looked pretty blue to me. Almost cyan, honestly. But then I wasn't really paying attention. It was going to buy a little too fast for me to actually see the emerald in any detail. I'm not very good at picking up details if it goes by too quickly. I'd say I see things. I'd say I see the bigger picture, but in reality, it's just that I'm not very attentive. Right, there we are. Don't work harder, work smarter. Let's get past that, go over here. Then I suppose... Nah. Could have been great. And now we've got no rings. Fantastic. Let's just go around. Damn it. It was going so well. Oh wait, what am I even doing? If Susie can just break the spikes. And then... Yeah, there we are. Never mind. Why work smarter? Work harder. It's just really hard. Brute force everything. Who needs to think? Unga Bunga, caveman. Real, so bad guy player archetype, you know? Let's make a big gap in between the spikes. Don't even need to think about him. Can't even hit me. And then... Oh, no. Guess I must. Again. I have somehow, in the last 20 seconds, forgotten how to place this character. It's going so promisingly. It probably helped if I was facing the right direction. I don't know why she keeps turning to look at the camera. Right, guess we're going round again. It's going well. Let's get rid of some of these just to get the danger out of the way. Whack-a-mole. Before running into the spikes. Own worst enemy. I wonder whether I can damage the... Ah, there we go. Now we don't even need to think about these guys. Very brute force. Unga bunga. Press L2 too early. Right, where is he now? Outside of the arena. Get away. Get my twos. Get my one ring. Doesn't even, can't even get on top of this. Unbelievable. Certainly a face to end on. If you break all the spike balls, the fighter's unique ending. Well, I guess if the stream goes on long enough, we can look at that. Desert, it's pretty hot here. I got no idea what any of these characters are supposed to sound like. Just take your scarf. So comfy. I hate scarves. So itchy. Happy and warm and desired. I think that might just be heat stroke. Same mind. Right. Replace Rousey. Get over here. Can we detonate these barrows with a sleep? Well, not if it hits the railing. Yes, we can. Which gives us access to this. And we have some rings to work with. I once again don't know where any of the emerald stones are. Emerald coins, so let's just run through. Back to Rousey for this. Okay, no. We don't have the horizontal movement after that. I think that was another reason I didn't really like it. Your only real vertical tool is Rousey. Or Rousey. You just don't have the vertical movement to work with here. Sorry, you have plenty of vertical movement, but you got no horizontal movement, so you just kind of get stuck on the one axis. So how strong do you think the character is? They're certainly strong, but they have a certain level of... They have a skill flaw. They're a character that has a skill flaw. There's a lot of characters with it, but just something about them, something about how they work, I just don't like that much. It's the having to think about 3 different characters and the character swapping. I played them for hours when I first got my hands on them, and I could not get the character swapping. I even, 2 hours, 3 hours in, I'm still, selecting the wrong characters time and time again. I don't know why. Can we just break through the gate? Yeah, no point thinking about that. Well, there's an emblem. Provide every emblem, I just can't find any emerald coins. It's supposed to be the other way around. Right, get that. Any chance we can skip this, because this is really boring. We get on there, maybe. And actually fully charge it. Come on, no. Okay, no, you get another one in now. You need to think about that. Refer to the emerald tokens in 4 different ways now. Yeah, probably. I put no thought into them. I have so little input of the Chaos Emeralds that how you collect... Oh, come on. I think so little about the Chaos Emeralds this game, thanks to Pandora's Box, that I don't even know what the thing you need to collect to unlock them is even called. Guess we're doing the ropes. Yeah, this is a real killer for our Canyon. I think it's a pretty good stage other than this, and Act 2 has a pretty nice ending, but this, so slow, so boring. If you use Susie's Rude Buster as a higher jump, you could make it up there. Yeah, but that requires some level of skill, and I don't have that, so I'm gonna have to make do with the slow and boring method. Just skip some stuff here and there. Right, and then maybe... There we are. Well, at least we skipped a tiny little bit of the rope at the end. Break some cacti. Well, you make that sound like there's probably something's going to happen when I do that, so if you give me a moment. There we are. Break some cacti, see what happens. I missed. Still missed. Prickly pickle. Well, that's only one way to refer to it as. Right, well, I guess we're going this way now. Oof. Collect that. Boom. Don't even need knuckles. I don't go on this path very often, I don't actually know the way forward. Like that. Ooh, let's see. What's down here? Oh. Well, that was anticlimactic. Through there. For that TNT. Let's detonate that. To be honest, it really would range like there'd be something inside. Right. Break through this. All the way down here. Is this the section with Fang? Yeah, I think it is. Break through that. Go this way. Right. I think there's an emerald token up this way somewhere. So right at the top of this. Nope. No, that's another bloody emblem. Who needs someone? Who needs more of them? Got more already. Can I make my way through there using Chris? Yes, I can. Where I would make it to the same spot I was heading to anyway. Right. Make away with this. Still don't really know how you make your way up there. I guess just using Terror's Flight. I'll see. Is there anything this way? I was terrified that they were just going to kill me out right there. Real rude. Well, see, there is a speedrunning tactic over here where you jump from the minecart and skip basically the entire cave section that I have never been brave enough to really try. I've always just taken it slow and steady, do as is normal, do as expected. But anyway, while we're here, might as well ask some questions of you, the audience. What are your thoughts on Deltarune chapter, what was it, 3 and 4? I mean, again, I haven't played Undertale. I've only played the very first part of... Why are you there? I've only played the very first part of Deltarune, so I can't really... I haven't seen the trailer, I don't know what the general impression is. Seeing as it comes out tomorrow, as everyone keeps saying. I don't think that's the actual term, but there we are. So what are your guys' thoughts on it? Now I get to play. Now we've gone to the point that all the bosses suck. Unless they get replaced. Are they getting replaced? Oh dear. Barney? Well, that's the first time I've heard Susie referred to as that. Oh, come on. Unless we get a Bully Fang, in which case... Yeah, there we are. Bully him. Till he bullies me. Yeah, don't even think about it. Oh! Got him right in the air. Chase him around the arena. Well, that's that. People super hyped. Well, yeah, is that because it looks good or because people have been waiting for what? 3, 4 years now for it? Is that hype because it looks good or just because the wait's finally over? Always wanted a hot lava is too hot. Must be good if it receives the media attention that it does. I mean, I think that's more just because it's an Undertale sequel. I mean, it's good in its own right, so I enjoyed my time playing it. It's not really my style of humour, in all honesty. Lava won't melt like water. No, it makes cobblestone and obsidian. Don't you know? Yeah, no, I am not vibing with how stunted Susie's jump is. It gets to a point, you know. Right. Red Volcano. I remember when I first played this, I think pretty much one of the first scripted videos I made, one of the first ones where I actually spoke and commentating things, was a ranking of the zones of the game. It was either the first or second video I really made with a script. I said Red Volcano was the worst. I said it was actual hell. Terabytes were horrible. Lava was annoying. The whole shebang. Now, I think it's probably one of the best in the game. Certainly the best zone overall. Like, I'd say there are individual acts that I think are better, but as an overall zone, Red Volcano is probably the best. Right. And then which way? No, wrong way. See, this is what I mean. Like, there's so many things. So like, right, okay, I need to use Chris and then Rousey to get over this, and then I go and do it. I do the Chris bit, and then I end up switching to Susie instead of Rousey, and it's like, oh, well, there we are. That's not really what I meant to do. It happens over and over again. I think it's because it's relative. I don't know why it happens, but yeah, I'm not playing with it. Can we switch between characters while on the rock? Yeah. There we are. Let's moonwalk. I wonder whether in 2.3 they're going to fix this. They're going to make it so the characters actually face the direction they're heading on these rocks. I think the emerald coin just... Yes, there we are. First time actually going down here. And then, do we end up having to go back to the start? This kind of sucks. You've got to be kidding me. So stunning they can't even get on a rollout rock. I remember someone on the Discord server a long while back was saying they were making a mod where you played as the rollout rock. I've got no idea what's happened to that. I don't know whether that's still being worked on. Let's probably play a bit more Chris if he's our speed balanced character. I haven't played much of him, it's just been Rousey and then occasionally switching to Susie when I need some heavy work. See, 3 characters is just too many to think about at once. You can switch the opposite way, you know. Yeah, I think that's the problem. Like, I'll be thinking, well, I need to switch the opposite way now, and then, do it. I don't. Right. Let's not worry about this lava wave. Let's just skip. Oh, okay, no. I don't get how this lava wave works. It just confused me. Oh wow, is that a rocket ship? Yep. Although it won't be in the future when they finally finish Grand Exit, but Dark City or whatever stage is supposed to come in between here and Egg Rock. One day, long, long in the future, pretend like you're playing Mega Man and the character's weapons. Well, I haven't played Mega Man either, so there we are. My what's it called? Game taste is very much not that style of it. Sonic is kinda the only franchise in this, I guess, kind of category. You know, like, I'm going to say this term endearingly, but your Nintendo slop, so your Crash Bandicoots and your Sonic or whatever, like the ones that a certain genre 12-year-olds like, the ones that aren't playing Call of Duty. The only franchise in that I really know or care about is Sonic. Like, I don't play Mario, I don't play Mega Man, I don't play Crash Bandicoot or Unten in this case. I don't know what you call it, or the actual term is, but there's, you know what I mean when I say it. The only one I play is Sonic. If you go like, oh, play it like Mega Man, no idea. Play it like Crash Bandicoot. Very limited idea. I've played a little tiny bit of Sonic 4 in the Insane Trilogy, but I, again, didn't really click with me. Something, I felt I was getting stuck on the Titanfall peak. Fix that. Yeah. I could emulate it. I really need to learn to emulate a little more. I don't know what. I have no excuse for why I haven't emulated. I remember when I was playing Sonic Adventure 2 Blast on this channel, and someone came up, someone asked, you know, just emulate Sonic Adventure 2. I don't know why, but I just don't feel like it. There's a Nintendo kid who didn't like Nintendo, much the same, yeah. Yeah, no, that's a good way to explain it. Like, the Nintendo kid that didn't have a Switch. Although that also doesn't kind of work, but again, I'd like to think you kind of get what I'm talking about. In that Evil Man Space Station, huh? Gotta admit, that's pretty cool. It loses its touch when you've played as many sims as I have. Too bad, I'm gonna crash down to the ground anyways. Can we get out before doing that though? No chance. Death door. Right, we'll go this way because the other way sucks. Like that. Couple squids between. There we are. Lasers. Damage boost through it because who has time to wait for these? Right, and here we can go and collect another emblem. I don't know. No chance we're getting all of them before the end of the game at this point, but we can collect at least a few. Right. Over here. Right at the end. Yeah. Maybe one day I'll make a tutorial, a guide on how to collect all of these, but then that would require me to actually know where all of them are beforehand, so. Yeah. And also get them all unscathed. Yeah, I would like to branch out what kind of videos to make on SRB2. You know, not just branch out in terms of the kind of games I cover, but also what kind of content I make for them. I do a lot of mod reviews, and I enjoy doing them, but there comes a point where you're like, oh, I need a break. Well, not a break, but I need to do something different. This is getting a bit repetitive at this point, just doing the same thing over and over again. So I've thought about it. The next few videos I'm making, I don't want to talk too much about what I'm doing in them because I think they're interesting and I want you to find out about that when I actually release them. But the next few videos I'm making are different to usual. They're not just reviews. It's nice. But beyond that, I just want to branch out from doing mod reviews over and over again. The X-Sonic speedrunning I did, because I couldn't review X-Sonic, they were pretty popular, and there are a couple of people like, hey, why don't you make some reviews, make some more speedrunning content? And the reason is, not very good. See, I never really come through with a character that can break these rules. I don't really get why you come through here. Damn it, every time. Break that. Break you. Break you. Go up here. I think that's all of the emblems we're really getting throughout this, unless we really backtrack. There's that second direction over here. Through here. Can we room space? Nope. Let's get that out. Let's get that elemental sealed. Everyone and their mother's pointed out, but it's really weird how breathing in space and works in Sonic. You know, can't breathe underwater, but space? Oh, that's fine. Don't even need a spacesuit. A bit delicate there, but someone has stilted to jump as Susie. In space, you can't hear yourself swear. When you get to Agro Act 2, break the wall you can open from the other side. Okay. I'll think about that once I have the capacity to think about anything other than just trying to get through this. Right, up here. Try not to get myself crushed. Oh, this bit's gonna be difficult. Or not. Or not. Ooh, ooh, it's going well. Ah, there we are. Easy. Don't know what I was worried about. Oh, you kid. 3, come on. Look at that. One tiny little sliver. Lemon flavoured. The last one tastes really nasty. I wouldn't lick them if I were you. Who knows where they've been. Is it hygienic eating a Chaos Emerald? Doubtful. I also can't see my timer, so I hope this isn't affecting it too much seeing all of these cacti. No, no, plenty of time. There we are. It's only really Red Volcano I struggle with. The Red Volcano one I find difficult, but even the Egg Rock Exile, I can't remember what it's called. Even that one I find pretty easy. Even in the movie they was finding Stay Premium on the moon. Yeah, strange. Right. If you're still there, you are going to need to tell me where that extra wall is. But why bother doing that? Just get past it. 2 paths we can take. Well, we're going this way. Well, personally I would prefer Susie, so... That one's always blind luck. No! Oof. Bad move. Shouldn't have done that. It was the wall to the right of the start. Well, you know what? Let's just go back there, shall we? Easy. Yeah, no need to think about it too much. You never stole that. Oh, it's a... You know what? I probably should have thought about that. Right, okay, we're going to do the rest of this on record attack. Don't think about how stupid that was. Again, you never saw anything. If anyone new comes... You know what? If that's the breakable wall you're talking about... Go to state select and extras. Oh yeah, no, that works, isn't it? I forget that doing that, you just continue as if it was a story mode. Level select. Yeah, Chris, there we are. Now we should still have our story thing. Right. Go, Susie. Yeah, I don't know which of these walls are breakable. What's it called? I know about the wall. Sorry, I know about when you get right to the end, how you can accidentally send yourself right back to the start in the wall with the blue bomb. Let's try switch gravity first. Right, okay. Ugh, gotta actually think about this rather than just get past it. Is that the Undertale when you fall down the mountain? Is that sound effect? The edge corner. Yeah. Right. Sorry if it sounds like I'm responding to your comments fairly late. That's because I am on normal latency streams, which is a bit longer than usual. Outer right corner. I feel really dull here. Right, is it this one? Takes a couple swings. I don't know, nothing's happening here. Oh, come on! That long? That's some intuition. No, that is someone telling me. Have I missed something? Why'd they just walk me to the end? I was planning on doing the Secret Eggman boss. Okay, sorry, Susie. I won't do it again. I won't even think about it. Hey, you want a race, don't you? Right, okay, yeah, let's go. No. Oh, okay, I kind of thought we would go through that, but there we are. Right, come on. Okay, no, that's not going to work. This is peak racing performance. This is what you wanted to see, wasn't it? Right, come on, break that for me. Be a good little pet. Do all of the work for me. And then I'll do my usual thing of using my broken character ability to skip this lava platforming sex and then beat you. There we are. And now we win. Simple as that. And now we are going to fight the worst boss in the game. I really hope that this is one that they change because, oh, it's going to be miserable. Nope, we're doing this. Fantastic. Does Susie? Yes. There we are. Okay. Swinging manically in their direction. While we're here, I am just going to go and give myself a couple of extra lives because, you know, it's not like I need to save my progress anymore, is it? And I don't want to accidentally. Right, get done. Can always deal double damage. I don't know how you do that. This bit's fine, but that first bit, it's damaging the guy. There's half the characters in the game, it feels like he's like, oh no, okay, I don't want to get anywhere near him. With the other half, no, it's possible him. I remember, I think it was to the 1,000 subscriber special, I was playing as all of the different Sonics. Right, which... Ah, there we are. I don't really know how he pulled that off. I'm kind of going by instinct here. Pure instinct, not really thinking. Right. Geow! Get gone. There we are. Let's go. It's over. Guess at the end you can give yourself the rest of the emeralds. Yep. While we're here. The wonders of Pandora's box. I don't know, what do we get? It's nice blunt. Got 50 hoops. Susie Zilla. Scary. The rats can go super duper. Got Oliver mandate. Let's get going. A little bit of continuity error there. Yes. Right. Okay. Gang. Is he going to be replaced? Nope. Here's the point where the camera gets kind of iffy. Okay. Yeah, maybe you don't work it like that. Right, that's not going to work. Let's see what else we can do. Right, get under here. Stupid. I feel this is a boss that really needs tails, but doesn't have them. Like, you know, I feel it's like it needs wind-up animations that it doesn't have because this is a SRB2 Doom engine boss. Like, it needs wind-up tails to be like, it's going to use its missiles this time, or it's going to use its flamethrower, and it just doesn't, and I can't have them. And I feel that causes the boss to not really work as well as it should. Use the third attack and stay away, it's safer. I don't know which attack you use referring to. Is it? Right. That one. That's how you pull that off. Now we just have to wait for an age for this fire to go so we can actually get under the acid. Nope, okay. Oh, come on. Right, so this red attack apparently deals double damage. That's nice to know. Yeah, get under here, you stupid oaf. I take back what I said. You do what you want. Come on. Still need to actually hit the boss though, that's the problem. This isn't going so well. Okay, so even the red attack can't break through its electric shield. That's annoying. Right, come on, get over here. This is definitely not a cyber demon. Right. do you like that? Okay, perfectly fine, apparently. Where's my ring? Yeah. Go away. Don't come near me. Get on here. Bit of an anticlimactic ending, just a normal axe swing, but there we go. Into the elevator, and back on we go. It'd be kind of nice if we could get all three of them out for a final dance, but there we are. Guess it's Susie. By the way, what happened if you give the Delta characters super form? I always wonder how it will look with Pandora's Box. Well, first of all, let's see if they actually have a super form, because again, I haven't played this, I don't even know if they have a super form. And after that, I guess we'll force it with Pandora's Box. I learned my lesson with Ko. I always assumed that if you gave yourself a super form when a character doesn't have it, then it just wouldn't work. But apparently not. Apparently, it'll give the character a kind of messed up, not quite right super form. Oh, they got something to say with this. Sis, this place is freezing cold. Bet Noel would love it here. Is that the little reindeer, isn't it? By the way, you can give Rousey a hat. Yeah, I know it's a code. You're going to have to give me that. It's okay, Susie. You can have my scarf if you need it. I always like Rousey more with the hat, so yeah, please give me the code. Does Chris look like they need it way more than I do? I mean, he's kind of already wearing a scarf. They're all blue. Yeah, so... Right, there we are. Super form. Dora's box. Get all emeralds. Right, okay, yeah, let's enable that super form. Clearly it's not working. See, yeah, it kinda messes it up. Alright, well, that's how that works, I guess. Right, okay. Enable superform again. Ah. It doesn't really work with a character that has a spin button. If they haven't coded a separate one in, if they have something on spin, in out, it kind of breaks. But yeah, see, you get something like this. It's not really how it's supposed to work. So yeah, as far as I can gather, it looks like I can't really give Rousey a super form, but this is what Chris looks like. Bit strange. Super forms, I guess you have multiple swings. I can't remember. I didn't play as Chris enough in that story to tell if this is new or not. So that's all you need to know, really. Oh, there we are. Slow down. And then, boom, boom. And now if we go into, I wonder, does he have any sort of customization? There we are. He always has 3 swings, there we are. Yeah, Susie becomes super if I force her to, before I switched to Rousey and immediately cancelled it. So let's try that one again. Pipe towers. They gotta have something for pipe towers, surely. There we are. Hey, wait a minute. This isn't Spiky Robot Bass 2 at all. Royalty free. Chris, what are you smirking at? Ooh, it seems you've somehow stumbled into the Mushroom Kingdom. Oh, okay, so you can't say Sonic Roll Blast 2, but Mario IP? Yeah, sure, whatever, that's fine. Looks a bit barren though. Not wrong. It's apparently pretty good, 2.2.14, before they stole it from me. Thought there were only Goombas here is not a good sign. So, yeah, not a thriving ecosystem here. It's the bad guys, right? Well, yes, but considering they're not robots, who said yeah, okay, never mind. Johnny's here, time to kick some butt. I got no idea what any of these characters are supposed to sound like. Right. Susie, Pandora's Box, 9,999 rings. Enable super form. Right, and get all the emeralds. There we are. Once again, doesn't really work. Deltarune costs $24. Yeah, I know. But also, I'm cheap and I don't like doing that. Yeah, there we are. Just walk into me. Resign yourself to your fate. So yeah, now I have to hopefully get through this with just Susie, because switching to any other character immediately cancels the super form. And then you don't get it back unless you enable super form again. But at least your stunted jump is kind of fixed, so there's that. But yeah, all your abilities, pretty much the same. Yeah, sadly, if the game doesn't really know what to do if your character isn't designed to have a super form, so I think every character needs to have a super color, which is what my hair is flashing as. So here's a little bit of insider information. I'm not claiming to be an expert on SRB2, but I do know a little bit. Basically, there are two types of skin colors in the game, and skin colors are how your character is assigned colors. So think of it, I guess, I don't know enough about 3D thing to be confident that this is exactly accurate, but kind of like materials or textures in Blender, UVs, you know what I'm trying to say. Basically, every character can have 16 colors, and the way that the game knows which of these 16 colors to apply and where to apply them is using a skin color. Every character has a unique one. Some you can make your own custom ones, but you also have super skin colors, which is what we've got at the moment now. And effectively, that switches between 5 different, I guess, kind of the best way to describe it is sub colors. So, for example, if you look now, we're kind of sifting between a set of colors very rapidly to give the impression that we're just kind of one flashing, pulsating color. You can find all this in the SRB2 wiki. I'm not claiming to be expressing forbidden knowledge. This is all public information. Princess Mango. Yeah, 2.2.14 Pipe Towers. Yeah, I also really wish it was still in the game, because I never got to play it. Right, okay. Let's try Haunted Heights as them. Ooh, you know what? I really want to see what they say to Azure Temple. They've got to have something for that, surely. Man, how long have we even been here for? About a day? A day? It feels like 2 years have passed. Is this going to be a sly reference to an update, maybe? In this dark world, this fountain must be much more powerful than we thought. I don't know enough about Deltarune to know why they're talking about fountains. Current Captain Snacks, whatever. Let's already go, Chris. Yeah. See, I talk about in my ranking of the zones in SRB2, my most recent one, about how I really enjoy this bit of Haunted Heights. It's basically a tower. Problem is, ever since I've played it, since making that video, because I'm not very good at memorizing Sonic level designs to memory, which, you know, not great for a Sonic tuber, but there we are. I can't find it again. There's this tower this is my favourite part of Haunted Heights. I say it's my favourite part, and now I can't find it. I think it's down here, actually. Maybe that's why I keep going that way. Right. Up here. Jump down there. Get submerged. Break you. Come on. Cruel. Vindictive. Another thing that I hope they fix in 2.3. Find some way to get me out of this group faster. It really kills the pace of games. Like places like Dick Hill, you get damaged and then you just bounce there for 20 seconds. It's kind of annoying. Right, yeah, here we are. We're actually getting to the tower this time. This is my favourite part. Once you get past this horrible section. Okay, we're not quite at the horrible section yet. Give Rousey super form to finish the trio. Problem is that if your character doesn't have specified buttons to go super, the game seems to just default it to using spin. Problem being that if a character has something already mapped to spin, you just can't do it. It was a problem with a few other characters. Okay, no, that wasn't the tower. I can't remember where this tower is. It's not this. Yeah, big gone. Alright. Yeah, bit ambitious of me. What is your favourite Deltarune character? Well, I can't comment on the actual game, because again, I haven't really played it, certainly not anytime recently. In this though, out of the trio, it would be Susie if it wasn't for their horribly stunted jump. If their jump was just a tiny bit more powerful, probably would be her. But without that, I gotta go Rousey. Again, would be Susie, but that jump, it's criminally bad. Might come through here. This time, let's not get hit by a split. Let's be Susie. Nope. Ignore the spike balls entirely. Here we are, finally, there's the tower. That's why I couldn't get to it last few times. I've been playing as characters that don't have spins, so they can't actually get into here. Yeah, this is my favourite bit of the level. Just the needing to get the height to jump down that central bit of goop. Make your way through there. Love it. Except now we're stuck down here, so I don't think we all get to see that. Which is a shame. Well, that went well, didn't it? Down here. Where is it? More goop. Woohoo. Maybe a little ambitious, but there we are. Look at that. Don't even know if we're going the right way, but it's a cool jump. Not quite powerful. Right, I'm getting bombarded now, aren't I? Too many open at once. Nightmare if you don't get them down quickly. Right. In case any of you are curious where one of the emblems are in this state, here it is. I remember this was one of the first emblems I found, just accidentally running around. There we go. What is your favourite Deltarune character? Mine is Lancer, but from the Delta Trio, Fun Gang or Chris, Susie and Rousey, it would have to also be Rousey. Yeah. Lancer's fun. Just from here and what I can remember. He's a fun character, but again, haven't really played him. I also haven't played Chapter 2. I've only played Chapter 1. This was like right when it came out, and it was like I was just going through the Nintendo Wii shop trying to find something to play for free because I didn't want to pay full price for a game. Saw Deltarune there, it's like, oh, well, why not? I don't know what the Queen is. I don't know that bird guy. Birdo. I don't know what his name is. Never saw anything about him. Finally, we made it to the best level in the entire game. No, you are joking. Infinitely respawn, meaning I get to smash them forever. Yep, alright. That's you. Alright, but let's not sit here too long. Yep, let's play Rousey because I'm not bothering with this platforming. I'm gonna skip it all. Yeah, sorry Susie, you know what? They gotta have... After that opening, they've got to have some sort of... Nothing? Oh, alright then. Disappointing. I figured they would have a dialogue for smashing enough of those, enough hive elementals, but no, apparently not. Oh, no. No. Well, guess release, get to see what the continue screen looks like. Birdly, or nerdly. Well, thank you for that. I like his design, from the little bit I've seen of them. I think their design's funny, but I don't know enough about them to say anything more than that. I also like the little bits I saw of the Queen. I think they're funny. I saw a funny meme when it first came out that was like, ah yeah, no, I love this character. I cannot remember for the life of me what it is, what it was called, what was funny about it, but I thought it was good. I think one of my friends sent it to me. Get over here. See, I'm just getting through this now because I want to see what they say about Azure Temple. They've got to have dialogue for Azure Temple, and if it isn't, this place is a hellhole. I'm going to be disappointed. Right. Come on. Sneaking through that. Download Chapter 1 and 2 of Deltarune for free. Yeah, I probably will. While we got some limited time to do it. I don't really download demos that much, but honestly, they're long enough that they're kind of their own separate games. It's fine. If you do the red bust with Susie and then use Rousey's jump, it's kind of like a mega jump. I'm sure it is, but again, that is too many inputs in too short of a time for my little brain, so we're going to stick, for now, while in not a particularly high stakes environment, to these nice and easy jumps, nice and easy inputs. See, I've recently, I played the Mystic Realm Community Edition mod recently, which if you don't know your SRB2 history, Mystic Aerial Garden was originally a stage from there. Kind of hated it, in all honesty. I don't know how similar to the original famous Mystic Realm that obviously this stage is pulled from and has been quite popular. It's one of the more famous SRB2 mods. I don't know how accurate it is to that original version, but the community edition did not like that. So the level design, also clearly not built for controllers in mind, just with a lot of the extra details. Not a huge fan of it. See, I don't actually know how far that goes up, but I've always been paranoid that it leads to a crosser. So I've always tried to jump off it as soon as possible. I have no interest in sitting there and learning and waiting to see if it actually is. You know what I think about this? I think this bit kinda sucks. I don't like... It feels a nut to out just how quickly you die if you mess up a jump here. Like, that is too close for the death plane to be. That death plane needs to be further down or not. Do you think you could host or no? If you're talking about hosting a net game, unfortunately not. My apartment building is a public Wi-Fi network, so I don't have access to a router myself. Obviously, there are ways that I could find out the IP address and all of the relevant information for port forwarding, which is all important for at least SRB2 and I believe ring races. The problem is that the public network that my Wi-Fi server belongs to explicitly, when I went on their FAQ to see whether I could find some information about it, explicitly cannot port forward. I don't know why, but on their FAQ about how to use the Wi-Fi system and all the rest of it, and this isn't the apartment, this is the public Wi-Fi network thing that the Wi-Fi in the apartment was designed and built for and built by. The network it runs on, it's like a specific group, explicitly says that it cannot port forward. So unfortunately, the only game out of, I guess you could say, the SRB2 trio, so SRB2, karts, and ring races that I can actually run is SRB2K. So, and even then, I've got my problems. The reason that I'm doing a single player SRB2 stream when originally I was planning on doing a kart stream is that something's going wrong with my Discord server at the moment, in that I can't send invites to it, so I can't actually invite anyone. They have to use the browser and find it through that, which obviously isn't great, isn't preferable. I think we took a wrong turn somewhere. Yes, we did. Where the hell is this place? And why is it all underwater? Because it's hell. These ruins look very peaceful. You're wrong. Okay, but we're not fish. How about you guys outfit before we come fish food? I'm not actually playing this. But I'm sorry. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that to myself. Right. Last two stages, Forest Fortress and Final Demo Zone. Let's see how they react to them. And then we're done for the day. I'm going to finish the stream there. We'll pick up again soon enough after that. I don't know what I'll do for them, but again, just kind of practicing at the moment. Just practicing for future playthroughs, because I feel that I'm kind of just a stream of consciousness. It's not really related to the game. Wait a minute, didn't we already go through this place? What do you mean, Susie? You know, middle of the woods, castle. Though this looks totally barren. Boring. Maybe the evil doctor began working his castle here and just left. This is a subtle hint to the fact that this was an in-development version of Castle Eggman. That's lame. He's lame. This place is lame. I don't know. I like Forest Fortress. Maybe it's just the fact. It's kind of got... Forest Fortress has a sort of mysticism to me because it was the one of the last stages I unlocked. Because again, way back when, I didn't bother looking for the emblems. I just accidentally got them all one day from some 100% save file. And before then, I had never played Forest Fortress. It was only when that happened that I was actually able to play it. So it's kind of got that mysticism, because it just isn't a stage I've played all that much. That is kind of fun, kind of mysterious. Got a bit of a unique backstory to it. Being an in development stage, a version of the stage that is in the game. It's kind of got that unique factor to it that a lot of the other stages don't. Which I like. I like seeing kind of their thought process in a way as they were designing 2.2. And yeah, if you play Final Demo Zone and you played the you know, older versions of SWT, you can kind of see why Forest Fortress is a lot more forest than fortress, because if you go to Act 1 of those earlier ones, there is no castle. There are a couple of kind of stone monuments like this, but the closest that you get to a castle is a tiny little bit right at the end. You know, you dive into, and it's literally the door is your exit. It's the exit goal is the door of the castle. There is no actual gameplay in the castle like there is now. So you can kind of see their thought process of this very, very foresty stage. A very little, you know, fortress to it. Whereas obviously, in the modern day, Act 1, still quite foresty, but it's a bit more balanced. This version is. Final Demo Zone was added to SRB2 after DeltaChars release, so they most likely won't have anything to say. Yeah, I know you're correct, but might as well, you know. Might as well finish up there. Might as well finish. Play every stage while we're here. Don't know why I'm suddenly messing up. Actually getting onto this. Final Demo Zone, Chris. Nothing to say? Yeah, there we are. I don't know when their new update, or when they were updated. They've had one update. I don't know when that was. Clearly before this. I didn't actually read what was in that changelog. Okay. You didn't see any of that. You didn't see me struggling with that bridge that much. Get itchy. Well, hope you had a blast, and I hope you have the time to play the demo Deltarune. See you. Wow, thanks for tuning in for this very rough stream. Yeah, hopefully I get to Deltarune soon enough. Thanks for joining in. I'm playing with these characters. And see, if I was prudent and thoughtful, I'd probably play Deltarune on the channel sooner rather than later, while, again, search engines are really firing up for it. But I won't. I'll be here playing SRB2. I've got a couple of SRB2 videos in the works. I'll be having my ring races playthrough, hopefully continuing soon enough, once I kind of practice a little bit with these streams. Might even do a couple of, again, as I said at the start of the stream, I might even do a couple of streams for the challenges. The only thing that's really holding me back with these streams is that, one, it's kind of complicated to set one up, as in on the YouTube page. It's kind of awkward to set one up. With a video, you just press, you go on the YouTube studio and you press create video. You fill in your details and you're done. With this, there's a whole thing where you need to go back and forth with a provider, and whether that's what's it called? Whether that's OBS like I do, or from the sounds of it, Streamlabs and Stream Elements, which I'll need to get acquainted to create some actually nice looking chat and notification boxes. But yeah, it's just back and forth, and there's a whole bunch of different toggles you need to think about. Well, you saw at the start of the stream that there was another stream that lasted about 2 minutes and didn't actually have anything sew up because something went wrong with the provider of the stream, the OBS. It just wasn't feeling the broadcast. It just gave up, didn't bother sewing it. So that's why that, you know, wasn't there. But yeah, that I need to practice my actual speaking patterns a little more. Get used to speaking while you've got audio constantly thing in your ear. I am struggling here. Sonic Robo Blast reference, definitely. The other stream is still public on the channel. Yeah, I kind of rushed to get this one out, so yeah, I haven't deleted the other stream yet. I will. This one I'll keep up, but that other stream that'll be gone in a few minutes. Don't worry about it. Did you read what I said, Jackal? Not quite. Well, if there's at least one thing 2.2.14 added that I'm actually getting to experience, it's it's getting rid of Techno Legacy for Final Demo Zone, which is fantastic change, frankly. But yeah, I wish I saw that Pipe Towers. Kind of missing out. And I also I played this plenty of times beforehand as well, so it wasn't that new, in all honesty. But yeah, as I was saying with Forest Fortress, you can see that this is not a castle at all. This is, and the original draft of it is very much Act 1, you were just going up to the castle, which is still kind of there in the current version of the game, but it feels like there is much more of a castle walls and then a castle keep thing with it. Like in modern Castle Eggman, you are definitely in the castle from moment one. You're just kind of in the outskirts of it. If you know anything about castle building, you're kind of in the walls, and then the second act, you're just in the keep. You're in the main castle section. But in this, and with Forest Fortress, it was pretty clear they were going with you're just running up to the castle as a whole. Let's go. I'm amazed that SRB2 is as popular as it is, seeing as this is what people were struggling with for decades. More than a decade, this was SRB2. I'm amazed that it's as popular as it is when this was how it started, just running through endless corridors over and over and over again. Right, press that button, and let's go. Let's get out of here. Let's go fight Ugly Nux. Some guy made a file of all of the leaked stuff. Ooh, interesting. Some guy made a file of... Oh, okay, not a good place to stop and read comments. Give me a sec, I'll read the comments once we get through here. This is... Nowhere in Castle Eggman Act 2 is it safe to stop. Is it safe to stop and just read. This is very much a place where you just need to get through it as quickly as possible. Too many enemies. Some might say that this is poorly designed and a bit of a cluster, but there we are. I have no idea what they mean. What do you mean it isn't peak level designed to fill your entire level with, well, must be over 100 crawlers? the SRB2 wiki has a full breakdown on this sort of thing on every stage. If you kind of go into technical details, you can even see how many enemies each stage does. I dread to think what the breakdown for final demo zone is. Not even with most of the other stages, but just this stage alone. Like, look at that. Look at it. Boom. Very satisfying, though. You might want to silence Discord notifications in future streams. Yeah. I don't know why I'm in streamer mode. As far as I can know, where streamer mode should shut down or stop the Discord notification from coming up. I don't know why they're still playing. But yeah, no. Definitely intend to stop them playing in future streams. But again, this was very much just a first time. Just a kind of first test. It's obviously, it was never going to be very polished. It isn't very polished, as you can see. And yeah, hopefully the streams I do over the next few days, with the experience I'm gaining from each one, will be a lot more polished, a lot more professional, and hopefully by the end of it, I'm actually vaguely entertaining to listen to. See, one time I actually got the jettisons to kill ugly nugs. I never actually had any involvement. Probably should have done that. Right. That's the stream mostly over. So, I'm just going to look through the chat, and then I'm going to call it a day. Say it's a fairly successful first stream. Have you played Unleashed Recompiled? No, I have not. I'm interested to. I want to at some point in the future. I probably won't do it on the channel. But no, I've been interested in playing Unleashed at some point. I remember back in, must have been 2021, 2022, where Sonic Twitter, all across Sonic Twitter, just simultaneously decided that Sonic Unleashed was the best game ever made. It got kind of tiresome. Right around the time then, it was like, oh no, Sonic 06 was a misunderstood masterpiece. Like, yeah, okay, don't care. And ever since then, I've been fairly interested in playing Unleashed, but my PlayStation 3 has been in the attic for years now. So I haven't actually had the opportunity to go and buy it and play it through there. And I don't play on Xbox, so it's not like I could go and do the Game Pass or whatever to play it through like that. But yeah, I probably will play Unleashed Recompiled at some point. Probably not on the channel though, or at least not for a long time. So yeah, there we are. Some guy made a file of all the leaked stuff, that sucks, and just so happened to be what my brother downloaded. By leaked stuff, do you mean as in leaked SRB2 content, or do you mean the modern Sonic V6 thing that's been controversial recently? Because I heard about that. I'm not really in the SRB2 community, if that makes sense. I don't play. I'm not on the Discord server. I'm not on the forums, really. I stalk every so often. I'll post something there if I have a tech problem or, want video ideas. So I never really knew what was going on with Modern Sonic V6, because I don't really care. Bit callous to say, but I haven't really paid attention to it. I played Modern Sonic years ago. I don't know why V6 is so big and so important. That's all I ever see people talk about. So I don't know whether that's the leak situation talking about, or whether something from 2.3 or 2.2.16 or whatever got leaked. But no, I haven't heard of any of those. Told me as a gift, you might just delete the file. Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about in all honesty. 06 is not a misunderstood masterpiece by any stretch. Yeah, no, people are way too generous to that game. I don't really get why. Nostalgia is the only real answer I can give you. And Project 06, which, again, that's a game that a long time ago I tried to do on the channel, but I couldn't get it working. I don't know what it was. It was not playing nice with my controller. It just was not recognizing it. But again, modern day, I might try and do it. I am just going to go into the menu to eventually set that up so I can finish my talking. Right. So, before I finish, I want to conclude by talking about some of my future channel ideas. So, first of all, as I've been talking out throughout this stream, I plan to do a lot of these streams over the next few weeks to kind of practice my live commentary, improv commentary, get used to it before diving properly into the playthroughs, which will become a proper secondary component. The hope is that eventually, one day, I can get to the point I can do daily playthrough episodes. That might be a bit zealous, but at least once every 2 or 3 days is the ultimate goal, which isn't quite possible yet because of the scripting process I have to go through beforehand. But yeah, this is all in service of being able to just talk into the mic, like, you know, Soga Conroy. If you're of a certain age, Stampy or Dan TDM, you know, you're just able to talk into the mic, and that was their content. The ultimate goal is to be like that. Whereas at the moment I stutter too much, I kind of trip over my own words. I take too long thinking about what I'm trying to say. I don't feel I'm particularly charismatic when put on the spot. The goal is through these streams to kind of develop that, flex that, practice to eventually get good at that. Alongside that, things like the SRB2 mod reviews, the general reviews of full games, challenges, some of the stuff I've got coming up at the moment, which will hopefully release in the next few days, kind of different to what I usually do. All of that. That'll be the main focus, and it'll be... The idea is that by practicing and speeding up how quickly I can make the playthroughs, I can spend more time working on those without having big breaks in between. So, yeah, that's what I've got coming up. Beyond that, what was I talking about? Right, playthroughs. So, the current plan for those is 1, finish Dr. Robotnik's Ring Races, which I think I'm about halfway through. Then it'll be streams like this to finish off the challenges. Either that or just use Tau keys. I got like 50 or 60 of them in the game. So either that or just use Tau keys to speed through most of them. Then it is Sonic Time Twisted, which is I wouldn't say old or unknown Sonic fan game. It's one of the most popular ones out there. But I feel that in recent years, it didn't have the longevity that a lot of the other games have. So, obviously SRB2 is popular to this day, but a lot of the games I feel that kind of came out around the 2016 through to 2019 alongside it, or got popular in that time, like Sonic Time Twisted, Sonic before the sequel and stuff, Sonic after the sequel, Sonic 2 HD, for one reason or another have kind of fallen by the wayside. The point is, Sonic Time Twisted is the next game on the list, and then after that, it's going to be all over the place. It's going to be a whole bunch of different franchises, and you can actually see what games I'm going to do playthroughs on, and in fact, not even that, just in what order I'm going to do those in, by going onto this website called Backlogged. I think I've talked about this before in a video or a Twitter post or whatever. Going onto backlog.com, searching up my account, which is the JackalMan, just like here. In case you don't know what Backlogged is, it's basically Letterboxd, like that movie login website for video games, and you can list your backlog, all of the games that you plan to play at some point in the future. I've got a whole list of all of the games that I have brought or found or collected over the years, arranged on that. If you go into my backlog, so go on my account, go past the played and playing subsections, so those are the games that I've played, and you go onto the backlog section, you go on to and sort it by release date, and you do it by ascending so that the earliest games came out first. That is the order that I'm going to play those in. So if you go and do that, you'll see that most of the games that are coming up, the early things, coming up, Castlevania. So I'm going to do, once I finish Sonic Time Twisted, it's going to be a fair while of Castlevania games. That's the first kind of subsection. And then I've got a whole bunch of retro games. I've got Morrowind. I've got the Marathon series. I've got a Death Rally, a Remedy game. Love Remedy. I've got a couple of those on that list that I'll get to eventually. And the idea is that we're going to just kind of carry on through that. And that's going to be the playthrough thing. And again, the idea is that all of these will kind of come out quickly. I had to bash them out. It kind of sounds negative, but I'll be able to get them out quickly, do them well, and it'll give me the footage through that to then make my, to branch out my more extensive, more edited, scripted videos, like the reviews I make, into a whole host of different games. And that is how I'm hoping to branch out. Obviously, SRB2 is still going to be a big part of the channel, but I do want to branch out. I do want to do other things beyond just SRB2 and beyond just Sonic. And the whole goal is that by doing that, I can eventually do that. So, yeah, that's future plans. In terms of SRB2 content, it's all going to be the same. In terms of future streams, there's going to be this initial wave to practice for the playthroughs, and then beyond that, they'll come in every now and then, either for events like Summer Games Fest or the Game Awards to do reactions, because quite simply it's easy, and it's also fun just to have a group of people to talk to about them, because it's kind of lonely just sitting there not talking about it. You know, you go on Discord and you're like, hey, what do you guys think of it? But live and at the event, everyone can be hyped at the same time, and it's that fun kind of community building. And then as well, for certain games with online features, so if I was to play Ring Racers online, you know, I was to have some sort of Discord event, like hopefully I'll be able to do over the next few days once I figure out the problems I'm having with server invites, that sort of thing. That'll also be live streamed rather than playthroughs, because I just don't think it will make for playthrough things. Playthrough episodes will be for games and for parts of games that have a definitive end. So Ring Racers is an example. Will be the cups and some challenges will be in episodes, in playthrough episodes. And then for just, you know, ticking off challenges off my checklist, or for servers, you know, Discord server invites and server tournaments and stuff, that'll be live streams. That's the plan. That's the future aim. But with that said, I'll look through comments one last time, and then I'm going to call it quits for today, and then hopefully I'll schedule one for a few days time. We'll see what that'll end up being. Never watched any of those channels to any real degree. Yeah. Zomboy says, what mic do you use currently? Even with headphones on, your voice sounds very clear compared to some much bigger channels I watch. I use a mic, or I used a mic for a long time called the Blue Yeti, which is probably one of the more popular ones on the YouTube market. That changed last year. I can't remember exactly when it changed to a full, it's basically the same mic as far as I can gather. It's still a Blue. It's still from the company Blue. I don't know whether it is the Yeti, but this one is now attached to an arm that kind of carries over, and I've set up a boom mic with the idea to cut off some of those plosives, so the kind of P's and B's, that kind of cause peaking in your mic and that. So I hope you know, thanks for saying that the voice is clearer. I almost feel it's too clear a lot of the time. It feels a bit too controlled. So the hope is that that's the other hope through this, is that I can kind of improvise my script a bit more, make things sound a bit natural, because at the moment I feel it can be almost a bit corporate, which isn't really what I want. So yeah. TechSet says, I think I've stopped playing any 2D Sonic fan games because they're all samesies and don't really fix the issue with the strictly 2D camera and running blind into everything. Yeah, a lot of 2D fan games are the same. But what can I say? I enjoy it. I enjoy my 2D Sonic fan games. I've played a lot of Mania recently, and you do burn out in them eventually if you just play the same ones over and over again. But the hope is there's that, branching out. I can play them. I don't really burn out on SRB2 that much, but that's mostly because I switch from mod to mod to mod, so I don't spend too long playing as any one character or any one stage. So it's not too bad. But yeah, I can see why you would burn out on 2D fan games pretty quickly. Declan Funk says, alright, never mind, I'm a go. I hope you had a good experience with Blue Electric Goats mod. I'm a go, have a good day. Good for you. Thank you for coming in. Thank you for enjoying again, sticking through all of it. I think you were here from pretty much the start. So thanks for tuning in. Good to see you. Text says Remedy plug. Yep, love my Remedy. Probably my favourite development studio out at the moment. Sega is second place, but there is a kind of a big AAA corporate greed that they have compared to Remedy. I doubt that any of you will really watch Remedy or read, but they're currently hyping up for their first live action multiplayer game. I really like some of the things they're saying about it, about respecting players' time, and like even on their official communications they're saying like, now we hate microtransactions and we hate how the AAA industry monopolizes these sort of games, so we've designed it in a way that disincentivizes that to the point where you have to go, how exactly do you plan to keep this game running? So I'm not going to buy it. I'm sure it's going to be good, but I'm playing that with the assumption that it will last about 6 months before it shuts down, because they're being too nice in a cutthroat world, for lack of a better term. Texas says, imagine playing games from outside the franchise you stick to. I'm definitely a victim to not doing that. We've talked a couple of times before. I know your hobbies. I know your habits surrounding certain franchises. Not even playing the games you stick to. Yeah, I know your Skylanders addiction. Texted. We've talked about this in the past. Thanks for tuning in. But with that done, we have been at this for 2.25 hours now, and my voice is dying. I can't keep talking any longer than this. So, to everyone who's tuned in, and to everyone who's still here, thank you for this. Thank you for tuning in. Next time, so hopefully, in a day, 2 days, 3 days, hopefully from now, when I do the next stream, the whole setup's going to be a little nicer. The boundaries are going to be there. I'll look into Streamlabs to create some nicer chat boxes, and it'll probably just be the chat box for now. But this was very much a slapdash job, 20 minutes, get it done, just to have something there. Hopefully the setup will be a bit simpler. There won't be like cutting off a stream immediately and all the rest of it. So hopefully that'll be in the next few days. But again, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for enjoying yourselves. Hope to see you next time. And as it is in a video, I hope you enjoyed the stream. And as always, ciao.